Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle. Thank you, as always, for joining us tonight. Our Control-Alt-Delete moment. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Trump is resetting the federal government.
Woke as Gonzo. Over the past 2 weeks, our strength has been restored, our spirit has been revived, and a new national momentum has been sweeping across our land. The golden age of America has officially begun. Our economy is roaring back to life. Optimism is soaring. Hope is returning. And we have brought back the words common sense to our government.
He and his cabinet are moving so rapidly on so many levels that Democrats are feverishly trying to keep up. And when they're not filing lawsuits, we'll get to that in a moment, in liberal jurisdictions, they're scrambling to get their messaging in order.
This is a national emergency. In the aftermath of the election, many Democrats needed time to soul search, to grieve, to think, but that time has ended. And that time ended when Elon Musk took control of our country's financial nuclear codes.
Do they actually pay people to write those lines? The nuclear financial codes? Is he kidding me? Now, for liberals, a $36 trillion debt is not a national emergency, but the Doge crew's identifying spending scams, that is a national emergency? Oh, okay. Only now, though, are Americans beginning to really understand how deep the corruption runs in Washington. And courtesy of Doge and its allies on the Hill, we're seeing what is tantamount to an ongoing brazen theft from the U.S. taxpayers. No wonder the co-conspirators are all in a froth.
What we are seeing unfold is an unlawful power grab by a unelected and unaccountable billionaire puppet master.
Look at what Musk is announcing every single day that he's doing. Elon Musk, take your hands off the people's money.
Take your hands off the people's money. That's funny. Well, the people elected Donald Trump to clean up this mess, and that's exactly what he's doing. In response, Democrats only have hyperbole and, of course, their fallback, lies.
No one elected Elon Musk to have access to their personal data. There's nothing about co-president Musk that is about saving the American people money.
Of course, that's false. He is saving us money, and he is not combing through IRS files accessing people's personal data. That's what Democrats do. Like during the Obama administration when they nosed into conservatives' files over at the IRS. Does the Democrats' pig pile faze Elon Musk, you think? Doesn't look like it, because he knows that the numbers don't lie. A comprehensive audit of federal spending, we've needed it forever, and it shows that billions upon billions of dollars are being blown on moronic projects supported by globalists and, of course, the hard left. Money flows to their ideological bedfellows for things such as $361,000 to queer, trans, pansexual, non-binary, and two-spirit people on how to farm. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbian businesses, oh goody, $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, $2.5 million for EVs for Vietnam, and $3 million on girl-centered climate action. And what if you are feeling kind of stressed out and you're an employee over at USAID? Well, for the modest price tag of $31.5 million, they hired a consultant to assist you with counseling, organizational resilience, wellness, and work life. Is work-life balance now abbreviated to just work life? I guess so. And while, okay, this is all obscene, we know it, it's still a drop in the bucket compared to what we already knew had happened in fiscal year 2023, when Biden and company blew through $236 billion with a B in improper payments within 71 federal programs. 71. And by the way, it was even worse in 2022. $247 billion in improper payments. Now, try to wrap your head around this. Since fiscal year 2003, again, this spans Republican and Democrat administrations, cumulative federal improper payment estimates total about $2.7 trillion. Now, this means people who got the money and grant recipients didn't qualify for the money that they still received, and that the payments were sent, in some cases, totally in error. So $2.7 trillion over about 20 years. Cannot make that up. But as infuriating as it is that we're funding all of the nonsense and wasting trillions of dollars, it's far more disturbing that you and I are actually subsidizing woke propaganda that's packaged as news. $3.2 million for the BBC Media Action Group. They got 8% of their entire income from the American taxpayers. And of course, we know they all despise Trump. But wait a second. Trump is attacking journalism. That's what the left is saying here. Expect sob stories to start pouring in. But are Democrats really going to defend our funding $268 million worth of grants to news outlets across the globe? I mean, in a mystery novel, that all would end up being some type of CIA front group, because it sure sounds like it. Taxpayers do have a right to know, where is this money going and why? Apparently, we're funding Zelensky's propaganda effort in Ukraine as well. How are we supposed to believe that this qualifies as a free press when it ends up in Ukraine? Because right now it's not free to the U.S. taxpayers. Now, no wonder the Democrats, as we're finding all of this out, as it's being publicized to the American people, and they're really beginning to take it in slowly but surely, no wonder the Democrats are huffing and puffing. They're running to the courts, and they're pulling stunts outside of federal buildings. It looks a little insurrection-y at times, even. Because their playpen is being emptied out. Their toys are disappearing one by one. But for us, this is great. It's money saved. It's woke programs X'd out. Employees who are not needed have to move on. Radicals on their heels. Every day, it's like Christmas morning. And that's the angle. All right, joining us now, this just in before we get to that from Reuters. The Trump administration plans to keep fewer than, it looks like, 294 USAID staff out of over 10,000 staffers in the agency globally.